Well, you sealed the deal between Auntie's choice.
Keep from arresting attention for your sake.
Intruder! Central control! Battle station!
A lot. Fine. A lot.
Ready to dispense! As soon as my robust... What? Good! I learned to scream. Stay your execution.
Enemy spotted.
Invasive element!
Dagmar didn't betray us to the Sentinels. It's an...
There?
Fortunately, there's an easy solution to Dagmar's betrayal. One which involves removing her head.
Well, as a Helia Leitinger, I suppose though still somehow too thoroughly. Yes, well, can it truly even be considered betrayal if it was always lies?
What are you talking about? There were cultists
No, there were not. The fiction of a cult was born out of the need to convince the Sovereign to return to the true spirit of the Protect.
You... How dare you! You shall pay dearly for daring to speak thus, and the Consul shall pay triple.
You say that as if it's a bad... Society needs to be controlled for the greater good, by any means necessary. Or would you prefer a more corporate way of life? If you have issue with the nature...
Dagmar, all this can't be right.
And there it is. I almost felt sorry for you, Azahelia. You were so... well, such is life.
No, that's too quick. What about... No, not painful enough. Yes, that's it. I just need to find a... What, you suddenly take issue with my methods? I can think of no reason to curtail the pleasure of my revenge. I know of no other way to act.
Admired. Dibbles. Ceaseless service.
The hammer is quicker than the gun.
I am trying to punish.
Straight to it, then.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby. Wrist weapons!
Taking punitive action.
Azahelia Leitinger is still at large. All guards loyal to the Protectorate converge on my position at once.
Employing a thorough, methodical search pattern. Cut my...
Protect our...
you let Asa get this far? Stop her! She means to assassinate me!
You must keep your blood within, Commander! Commander, stop dying at once!
Smells like paint.
And agitated dust. Renovations, I surmise.
Unfriendly coverage.
That was definitely something.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order. Seems the Consul is not devoted to the idea of training future arbiters. I wish I could say I were surprised.
Protector in society.
Commander, stop dying at once!
That
Stay your execution.
Aggressor in hand.
The old quarters are... they've all been removed. I hardly recognize this place.
Something's happening to Tristan. He's acting like a human being.
I'm fine. Some arid dust merely found its way into my eye.
Dagmar would never let herself be cornered. She's sure to have an escape route. We should find it.
What was...
Punitive action! I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find... find my way in. The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode. Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You attempt to gain access to the machine. You must finish reading through that terminal.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised, even considering aligning yet my dead charges spur me forward. No. We fled like sprats. Both.
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot. Actually, it wasn't. Perhaps my mentor hated the console and was...
That seems like a lot of work.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely... It's not obvious. Wait.
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the
Are you insane?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions, this is...
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over...
I cannot deny that Central Control has changed.
Enough! This has been an
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning... There's no discussion to be had with criminals.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken. At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you hear my sense of duty clamors, slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right. I would not, but
What is this insanity? I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence.
The ex-protectorate subject there had...
That's even worse than I thought.
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your...
What?
Ironic. You came here. I chose to investigate the Supreme Arbiter's death.
That's impossible. I refuse to believe we both could be guilty. There's no protocol. Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judge.
It would appear we're in a...
Ever known an arbiter?
So, what course of action do we take now?
It's important for an arbiter to you. You may find more questions.
Uphold justice.
Glory to the... I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation.
You say that, but I've seen...
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded... All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Have you lived all your life within the Protectorate? No, I refuse to question this. Virgil will know what to make of this. He'll...
Consul Thoreau, even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking yet my dead charges spur me forward. No. We fled like sprats.
You're still alive! No, let's not be too hasty. Please don't let Azek...
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? I'm the one you must answer to. What? Why?
I must say, I am in favor of prolonging the inevitable myself. What I did for the greater good, to save the colony. And Azza, she was an obvious choice. You brought me great praise from the Consul. Until you start. The Consul feared that the Sovereign wasn't up to the task he inherited. So the Consul set to creating a challenge for the Sovereign to rise to. It began with labeling political subversives members of a fictitious cult. When that didn't work...
That means your death will be quick. Well, quicker than it would have been. What? What are you trying to say? Why did I ever listen to you and all your questions in the first place?
It was all lies, obviously. I never ceased to be amazed by your dedication to the Dawn's theology. It took you long enough to start questioning the fact that the Dawn always, not to mention they were forbidden from throwing themselves into their beloved rifts unless given specific instructions to do so.
Yes. I'd gone too far to admit it. Get out of here, Dagmar.
Yes, well, can I...
What? I know that, but we may need to do some killing. You know, for old times that I can send out a general message from here. That should work. Enough to keep my knife skills up, at least. It's done. I need to leave this place. It makes me sick to my stomach. I'm not ready to talk yet.
Got something that needs doing, Commander?
Let's see how well you Arbiters know basic history. Who constructed the archive?
The matriarch did, of course. Who else could oversee the creation?
That's strange. But it was all... I guess I just wanted to say... Of course.
What? Agent, what do you... May...
Once we find Virgil, he... Certainly. Who amongst our verily, idle...
With the console now in charge.
I'll admit, always figured the console for a power snatcher. Just think about all those posters of the pair of them that'll have to change. I'd say it's about as the Sovereign's misfortune as our gain.
Commander, I have news. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the Consul's eyes scan. Parts of the location can only be bringing our findings to... I only hope... Silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late. If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training grounds depths. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind the door next to those stairs. Virgil! Oh, thank the architect I found you intact.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance? Fine. If you're still so...
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Consul, we...
Damnation! We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our...
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die. Those fools were but an expeditionary. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a...
Hold! You were
We...
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the...
You already know whether you would... Very well, then. Tristan? You stand before the murderer. It matters not.
I don't...
Open your eyes, Rao. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those I did what I...
No.
I had to.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath? You're right. This is not the first time we've encountered our prior conclusion, but I cannot view this objectively. Virgil killed our mentor. My hesitation is more reflective of a weakness of character.
It is in the
The law is but Is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any arbiter? No. And even I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn. I never expected to. I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal.
I know this decision can't have been easy, but better than...
I don't know what to say. That's all well and good. But it shan't... 1,000 words of thanks. Though, before I go, a parting gift.
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. Commander, this has all been... May whatever we did speak freely. Commander, despite the manner of what Virgil has, I still have much doubt about my path. Having good intention, yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate society, but how? I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive. Words are not worth. When we began traveling together, I deeply appreciate.
Feeling like I could take on...
Standing by.
Locking them down. Torpification in progress. They're below. Taking the fight out of them. Sowing confusion.
Dispensing electric.
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Investigating hostile intentions.
Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Reminder, domesticated raptidons are not pets. Please
Looks like
do
we're
not
about to have
approach,
company of the
feed, or
unwanted.
scrap.
You 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some friend, huh? All the more reason you ought to turn us. Not sure what curiosity's compelling. You've access to the main floor, but
This unit detects chemical traces outside the parameters of typical solvents, cosmetics, lubricants, and artificial flavorings.
But hate to waste my weekly allotment of bullets on you. Keep away from the stairs.
Take it up with the head office.
mind the fumes.
It appears Horizon Point Station as a result. Land, in order to modify it with the Rift data you processed in the archive, you will need that strategy would be the hypothesizing.
Is this his idea of demonstrating might? Hell of a way to do it.
The consul's motives are warning. Well, the Order and it seems Agent DeVries is also here, Commander. She sent word that
Of course she's here. The past is future and all.
once the modulator is secure, there is...
Soon the consul will answer.
Just waiting on your orders,
Rift.
Commander. Whenever you're
This
ready.
close?
What is it?
This unit recommends prioritizing the mission at this time.
This place is a nightmare beyond the most fevered delusion. And those soldiers, They do not look right. The console stands at the controls of the Sovereign's own flagship. How my blood boils.
This poor boy. Someone put him back together all wrong.
We have stepped into the world between life and death.
Yes. It is our mandate. It is who we are. And it falls to you, the eyes, the ears, the brains of Horizon Point Station, to determine who introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone.
Taking punitive action!
Locking them down.
Mobility interrupted. Hostile detected.
Reviving me is strategically optimal.
End ready. Exposure. Under end ready. Exposure. Under
Let us hope that whatever architect forsaken logic operates within this place never will fail us.
Attention! This is your Auntie calling. Per our agreement, Auntie's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way.
Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
You persuaded the leaders of 2 warring groups to help us here today. Good work. Never could have done it myself. And I once thought I could solve anything.
My armor may be rated for temperatures in the thousands, but I find even most blankets too stifling. Let us find an alternate.
That's DeVries's ship. Good.
I shall not stay your execution!
neurons.
Augustine DeVries, formerly of the Earth Directorate. Consider this a recording for posterity. The Consul of the Protectorate is responsible for the twisted wreckage of this station. It is my hope that whatever you find here will save the rest of the galaxy from this fate. Know that I did my level best to stop him. But if you are listening, it is likely I have failed in my mission. Yet again. For that, I am sorry.
Against us!
Standing by to simplify.
Get it on its energized.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
Forward! To battle! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining.
Put on the authority!
Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
The Order thanks you for your tactful negotiations with Auntie's
do
Choice.
something so
Supplies are available
monstrous.
upon receipt.
Be mindful of where you step.
Supplies and medical attention are of...
By the architect. Is there another sane person in this horrible place?
They sound distressed. We must
Rescue them.
Get away from me. See them? They...
Agent Pascal, calm your...
Joe? Wait. Commander? So it is you. Something was wrong with...
Then they weren't too
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine.
That explains it.
Wait. There was... Don't tell me that...
Certainly not.
Yeah. Some rift.
The Protectorate are...
So I've come back from you. You can help me, though. Right, Commander? You could do something to... How much time? With the way... Then go bring...
Pascal? Helen?
Yeah. Hurry back.
I never could have predicted that the rift would produce something so...
Be mindful of where you step. Chasms are everywhere.
The Sovereign's ship up close.
I believe we can safely assume he's not on it.
Or on that rover.
Or approaching the skip lab.
You're the one who forged an alliance between Auntie's Choice and the Order, ain't you?
Supplies available ahead.
We got supplies and medical support for you up ahead.
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
We brought supplies.
You may approach,
We're here to
Commander.
help.
We've got supplies at the ready.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Oh, whoa. Tell me, do you feel as terrible as you look?
Reducing enemy effectiveness. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Unleash my might upon them!
They manufacture...
These foes have been destroyed once, and we shall destroy them again.
I shall reduce them to a slurry! Prepare for absolution! It would appear our path is barred. That rift looks exceedingly unstable.
Suggest we scour the area. The scientists here were unlikely near the caliber of the Order,
But perhaps they left something useful.
This is Scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Council. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data.
This is very curious. Some of the science eludes me,
but this equation, although incomplete,
clearly has to do with the rift in the other room. What do you think, Commander? Must be the Sovereign's office. Worth a search for the equation, even if the place looks like an adult playpen. Plagiarism. Shameful. Yet not entirely unexpected.
Apparently, the Sovereign solved the equation?
However unlikely that seems,
I'll take it. Now we only need...
Return to the terminal.
Another obstacle on our path overcome. Good work.
Purification in progress.
Mitigating the...
Measures at the ready, Commander. We cannot down it. If we do not take that rover to the Providence, Arcadia may be consumed by these rifts.
Now to unseal that hangar.
Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Never hurts to give the enemy more targets to shoot at, I suppose.
Torpificator at ready status.
Unleash my might upon them!
business to discuss. Come, quickly now!
If you must replace lost equipment, please make a request. This ship is only for if you are not subjects are in case of display.
Let's see.
Everything viscerally. To battle!
Hostile nine.
Reminder, how might this unit bolster or no?
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. This intercom now. How can I assist you, Deck 0? Again? Sick in the head, but I
Veritable mosaic of conflict stands ahead, Commander. I propose we smash our way through.
Refreshment.
Appreciate your facilitations.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle up to the side of the window. I'll talk to you later.
As a member of how might this unit bolster doctor-patient confidentiality is currently enabled. Unit cannot share. This unit is not programmed. Scientist, when subject must receive regular injections of saline solution. Please keep how might this unit request.
You know, it's against code to impede me from seeking medical treatment. Please, so sorry.
If you experience, how might this unit?
You know, it's against code to impede me from seeking medical treatment. Please.
If you, how might this?
so sorry. I haven't...
Please, please keep...
Reducing enemy effectiveness. Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized. Torpificator is charged.
I shall reduce them to a flurry!
No, I do not need a respite.
Temperature level.
That wasn't so difficult now.
I would vote in favor of fighting our way to the console, but if you do not, you should either locate
An access card or keep away from our foes.
Now to find the rift modulator. I estimate there's a 73.47% chance it's nearby.
Did you not hear the intruder alert from the... You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear you across the floor. Oh, if there's a maintenance issue, of course. It's my wife, you see. Montserrat is...
I am no scientician, yet I can see the sheer arrogance in this display. Reconstitution cannot work. It must not be allowed to work.
How could the Council believe any of this to be in accordance with the plan? A correction is inevitable, and such events are rarely pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go about your business. Or go about your business. Or do not.
My thorough subject.
I just received word that you were here. What exactly was it? Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart.
So you are familiar with the work we're doing?
Ah, so you are seeing what reconstitution is not working as expected. And what makes you think that you have the authority to fix this? I don't know what that is. And either way, you are not the one I must... Our situation is far more dire than it may seem, which is distressing. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't. It's clear you aren't bound by the same rules. Here, use it. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, deck up in...
Accessing report. Rift rest... Esteemed Council. Every test of the modular, unfortunately, and all of our recent reading have included extensive notes and
Schematic secured. These rift coordinates are deep into unexplored space. That contradicts most rift causation theories, or hints at more troubling implications. Best table that topic for now. We can't do anything with the rift modulator yet. Not until we deal with the console. So, shall we?
Look at you, here before me. Surprised you could outrun these new legs of mine. So Consul Thoreau has everything. Did you find anything else of note? Wait, what? But rifts are caused by skip drive travel. Human piloted. You're the one in the dark. Much as I'm intrigued by the you might be savvy enough to talk him down, but his type requires a deft touch. You'll need to break him down brick by brick. If you're too adversarial, well, that's a trait you and I haven't. And in case you aren't quite...
I bet I can make...
The more we debate, the more time we squander. And if you've something to say... Standing around's got me jumpy. For you.
Redactor Essman. Very punctual, good. Don't take a seat. This will be quick.
Honorable to the last.
You have some...
The consul will pay. He will pay most dearly.
No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become... fraught. We may need our own version.
The Sovereign was a naive fool. The Consul, a scheming sprat with delusions of competence. Time will tell which was more destructive.
Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of... us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience.
Time
We'll
is
succeed in our
capital.
mission.
Time
Why, the
is
Sovereign
bits.
and I were thinking of this very thing.
What should we call it? Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking. A new model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Esmond. Say, you look frazzled, troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
Never would I ever have believed Auntie Cleo herself would walk through that door.
Do I appear like someone afraid of a few guns?
On the contrary, this desperate action is what will save all of Arcadia. And do not place his decision at my feet. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? I'll only be killing a select number permanently. The work. Yes, I know you are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Indeed. I've been following your progress closely, you know, when you began your dealings with the... But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate. You think yourself clever, don't you? What's his is mine. And the victory I inevitably clench over you. Over such bravado. Tell me, did you manage to stop us? It was a modest success. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant... Very well. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was when the Matriarch discovered the first skip drive. She set us on a course to elevate. Intrepid, aren't you? Our Matriarch dissect, but it was not until well after. It is as the Grand Architect designed. Beware, Commander. You're in... And were I within reach, I would strike down this apostate dog myself. If you wish for me to entertain your argument, you will silence him.
Consul Emery Thoreau, I accuse you of...
You overeat.
I shall not stay your...
Never.
Do I?
On the contrary, such bravado. Tell me, it was. I was able to buy the very when the Matriarch discovered the first skip drive. She but it is as the Grand Architect designed. Beware. And were I within reach, I would strike down this apostate dog myself.
If you've a plan,
it's your time. That's right. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after... Do not presume to tell me what is or isn't the truth. I was... Yes, of course we argued over... I regret that he had to make such a difficult choice. You just come and go as you please, do you? But fulfilling the Architect's plan is worth the cost. And yes, well, we also lost the support. The same can be said for... Once I win the war and leave those naysayers behind, harsh action will be swiftly forgotten. And once I provide for the needs of my... Indeed. That's why my... So which is it? So you say.
I doubt you've had...
I am the You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us. And what is your definition of wrong? Have you anything substantial to back up? I see. Well... The Protectorate was clearly meant to harness this power. I will not be lectured. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia is... No. If he even attempted to bastardize the Protectorate cause, then we will have... I swore to... But surely it cannot...
You allow your... If I had not traveled with the Commander, I would...
Do you want me to applaud you for your restraint? No. It doesn't matter what... And leave the traitors and invaders alive? No! Death is the only way forward. Claim? If we are losing, it is better that we perish together as proud Protectorate. Proud Arcadia, even through extreme hardship and the tyranny of corporatists? No. There may yet be other ways. It seems we have a problem. Destruction of Arcadia is imminent. No, a chance yet remains.
And carry the two.
Emery, taking a page from Auntie's choice product testing.
Let me be clear. I will give you time to vacate the ship. When you are clear, I will fly it into the rift. Think what you wish of me.
I will accompany him and ensure all goes as planned. It's only right that I complete the very mission I came here for. Your goal here is the same as mine. Do not mistake.
Now go. Make what's left of your existence count. Only someone's...
When the console was faced with the undeniable errors in his logic, he chose to save Arcadia by closing the rift himself. He died hoping his sacrifice might make up for the disastrous decisions he had made. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. For his outside-the-box thinking and innovative propaganda techniques, D.B. Milverstreet was promoted, while rival Officer Carr seethed at her lack of upward mobility, or even bronze-tier executive benefits. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed with the equation. Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their people in line too. Seer Wiley fled the Order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failings. As word of the ex-seer's arrival spread, people lined up for predictions. Forsaking the math that failed him, he offered obvious yet effective advice instead. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Following Inez's humiliation of Auntie's Choice VP Willard Conan, the grafting program was shuttered forever. Inez ensured that all surviving grafted soldiers received full medical treatment and were compensated for their suffering. Those who died from the experiments were honored. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no authority figure to lead its subjects, the Protectorate was a shell of its former self. After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject violence as the sole method for eliminating random variables. Not coincidentally, her social calendar began filling up. Freed from her rift obsession thanks to the intervention of her commander, Aza tapped her long-suppressed scientific aptitude and joined the Order as an archivist. Her homicidal intensity served her well during peer review. After Aza disbanded the Glorious Dawn, its members quietly tried to resume lives forever disrupted by the Arcadian conflict. As the cult's murderous legacy faded, average colonist life expectancy increased by 0.23%. With the modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived. Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free. She began a new initiative. Any corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with, either via takeover or strategic use of rifts. Auntie made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. In no time at all, she won more public support than Ruth, which she sought to use as leverage when the time was right. Unable to acquire the chemicals needed for the process, Ruth Bassar nevertheless attempted to interface with the archive and died immediately. Her successor banned any future interfacing attempts and led the Order in a much more cautious direction, delaying their progress for at least a century. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death, while letting him live the rest of his addled days behind closed doors aboard the undisputed claim. Until one day, Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony with a brief scandal. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. The dangerous experimental research of Marisol's contact from Point Obviation lived on, with a Seer predicted 11.9% probability of yielding a universe-ending catastrophe. Meanwhile, an entrepreneurial work group of chemistricians unveiled a new flavor of Purple Berry Crunch. The release of the skip drive schematics to the public domain resulted in new and exciting opportunities for independent manufacturers. However, unchecked use of the drives would ultimately lead to an even greater proliferation of rifts, once again imperiling the galaxy. Fortunately, the Order stepped in. Leveraging their partnership with Auntie's Choice, the Order sold rift modulators to all skip drive manufacturers for a modest price, thus preventing another outbreak of rifts, while Auntie's Choice made a tidy profit. The rift compromise between the Order and Auntie's Choice led to prioritized assistance for the colonies that agreed to favorable trading terms. The so-called Auntie's Loyalty Program tripled the corporation's net worth. Meanwhile, the Order was able to sermonize their version of scientism alongside Auntie's marketing and PR onslaught. at least to colonies in Auntie's loyalty program. Many outside died because their rifts weren't closed in time. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia. Its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use my help too. She's all brains, but